Hello, hi. Our topic for tonight is highlights of the 2015 doTERRA Educational Summit. It is presented by myself, Elaine Dupuy, and my daughter, Isabel Dupuy.
Hello.
And this was actually, the summit was in May 2015 in Tennessee. So we were able to attend the summit and also saw some sites. And there's a lot of topic that was presented. And this is, again, pretty much a highlight of everything. Okay? And there was about 2,200 people who attended the summit, and a lot of families. And one of the things that we enjoyed the most are meeting different people, lots of different people, right, Isabel?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And before we proceed, we just want to make sure that the statements that we're going to have is not available by are evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. And doTERRA does not prevent, treat, or cure disease. Your lifestyle choices can help prevent disease. Our doctors treat symptoms and fix broken bones. And if you put the right ingredient or right substances that your body recognizes, your body will cure itself. And one of the things, I just want to give you a little background. I'm a physical therapist, and been a physical therapist in different types of settings, including rehab center, home care, outpatient, hospitals, and also pediatric, a little bit of pediatrics. And I do work a lot with doctors and respect the medical community. But I see more and more integration of medicine, which is very exciting because we're going to be sharing with you a lot of information about doctors, presenters, and we would love to wish to be able to give them all the information, but it was a day and a half worth of materials, but we're crunching it to about a 45 minutes webinar. So, okay. And you ready, Isabel?
Yep.
Okay. Now, one of the things that we like, I think I'll have Isabel describe these. Go ahead, Isabel.
So the best place probably to sit is on the back, because one of the reasons is taking pictures, because all of these screenshots we have here is from me taking pictures with my mom's cell phone. And also, when you sit right there, you're right next to the water fountain. And, of course, doTERRA people love water, so we got to meet a lot of people. You got to meet a lot of people you see in the doTERRA magazine. You got to take pictures with them, talk with them, and it's just really nice to meet a bunch of people just sitting in the back.
Yeah, if you notice, too, there's a lot of plugs, so we're able to plug in our phones.
And if you see, there is an ACE diffuser.
Yeah, in the back of the empty chair, that's Isabel's chair. In the back of it, they were diffusing
wild orange.
Wild orange, and it was we're so thankful. If you look at where the cups are, and on the left side, there's actually essential oils there that people can just put a drop of oils in their water. So we just love our spot, and also have a lot of room to move around.
Yeah.
All right. Now, the first speaker is Attorney Mark Wolfert, and he is the doTERRA General Counsel. And one of the things that, well, probably Isabel. I'll let Isabel say how we met him. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so as I was saying, we were sitting in the back. So I think it was after his presentation, and during one of the breaks, he comes up, he gets a cup and fills it up with water. After he's done taking a drink, we tap him on the shoulder and say, "Hey, can we take a picture?" So we just took a picture, we got to talk a little, and that's how we met him.
All right, yeah, so he was actually the speaker, and his topic was, why doTERRA? And what impresses me is that his wife was with him, and just impromptu, he just called his wife in the on the stage, and she was very comfortable and confident, and was talking to the whole group about their experiences, and pretty much they were involved in a mission, so they were not, they stepped down a little bit for a year or two, I think, and then from doTERRA, and then they are back in uh, now working very actively, uh, starting like the convention, so probably before that. So he just highlights that doTERRA has been approached with so many retail companies, big names like Walmart, Costco, BJ's, and wanted to sell doTERRA on the shelf, and pretty much the owner says no, and they guaranteed us that as long as it is they run as a private ownership, they'll have the ability to give the highest quality product for us wellness advocates to be able to distribute. And that's the difference really about doTERRA. You don't want anything just in the shelf and people pick essential oils and they don't get educated on it. So this is actually a lifetime of education since I started about August in 2013, and I continue to learn more and more. So it is very exciting. So that's why we do this webinar, to also be able to give you a lot of information, right? Okay. So our next presenter is actually, let me go back. Okay. I'll let Isabel pronounce his name.
Karsten Smith.
All right. So if you've been to the convention, he actually presented about just supplementation, and that is pretty much his background. He was working a lot with under big corporations, and joined in doTERRA like September of 2014. Instead of just bringing up the owner just giving research, that's his forte, the research and development, just giving about 4%, 5% for research. Actually, doTERRA is giving about 10 times of the budget to research and development. So very exciting. And his background is actually on nutrition. So again, I wish, also I just want to let you know that some of the slides might be a little blurry, as Isabel mentioned that we were in the back, and some of the slides that we can capture that well, but we will do the best. All right, and one of the things that really struck me, and also my background is that I grew up in the Philippines, and if you see the two types of fruits on your of your left-hand side, a lot of especially I'm from the southern Philippines, so we don't have a big industry of mass producing food there. So and one of the things too is that my dad loves to plant. So I grew up with lots of mangoes or guava trees in the backyard. I just climbed the tree and picked the fruit, and I don't see a lot of the type of fruit on your right side, which is perfectly shaped and shiny and
and sweet.
Yeah, and so what I have is kind of like rugged fruits, and just what becoming of our food supply right now. And if you compare that, the one on the left is actually 100 times more of the phytonutrients compares to the right side. All right, so that's just what's going on because of the tampering of a lot of our food supply. Now, vitamin and mineral deficiency sign, okay?
It's a lack of energy, fatigue, mood, and irritability, and you have an immune function, weak bones, joint discomfort, and your skin, hair, and nails look unhealthy.
Yeah, I don't know if you kind of like relate to that or any of the pictures. So, what was also communicated, like educated to us, that we do have deficiency in our food supply. So, meaning that we needed, we really need some supplementation to our what we take. All right, and uh, now the multivitamin evolution. So basically, if I don't know, some of you might recognize this type of pill. They're kind of, I call them horse pills. They're very hard to digest, and this is kind of like, the start of basic 1 per day multivitamins, and has very poor qualities and a lot of artificial ingredients. And since I do home care, and sometimes my patients tells me like, okay, I just saw my vitamins on my bowel. So, I mean, it's indigestible. So why? And it's really, your body cannot um, process them. So what's the benefit of it, right? Now, just like essential oils, multivitamins, we should think about that too, that more is not better. So first is that version 1.0, when multivitamins started, those hard multivitamins, you see that on the graph there. And then now we went to an extreme. There's like a long-term studies on how showing side effects on the megadoses. So, we have more of these, we have more of that, but, our bodies actually will function in a more of a homeostasis, like a balance. So that's a version 2.0. So we need to really look why is more is not better. So if you go to the graph, there's a benefit of multivitamins, and what you want to do is, the more mega dosing you're going to have, the more your body, either you have side effects or toxicity. Now you want to be in that top. We should be here. So really exciting times. Just a lot of research and development on this. And again, Dr.
Smith.
Dr. Smith is really heading this, and very excited about all the new daily nutrients that we have. And yeah, it's just again, an exciting times. Now, one of the things that he has some challenges is that, how can we do a really, really good study, because it's going to be a very expensive study if you follow, so many, a certain type of age throughout their lifespan, maybe, 80 years, and then see if that multivitamins is working. So I like how he points this out, a quote from Albert Einstein.
Go deep into nature, and then you'll understand everything better.
Right. So we have actually nature that provided for us by God, and now how we are more than, we're from the dust of the earth, and all these plants are from the dust of the earth. So when we look at, bioidenticality, so when we take in what that from a plant-based material, and we will be able to really get the benefits of it. And one of the things too that, I'm going so fast. So we don't want to, not forget what we have, and just rely on synthetics. So nature has that ability to be able to help with our wellness, and just continue on with some more research and development. And it's just amazing how many people have benefited with doTERRA supplementation. Okay, so our next speaker is
Kristen Pardue.
All right, I'm going to let Isabel talk more about her healing journey.
So Ms. Kristen Pardue had mercury fillings in her teeth. And she researched that those can be bad for you, and the mercury, of course, is toxic to our bodies. So she had them removed, but she didn't realize when she had them removed that there's a bad way and a good way to have them taken out. So after she had her metal fillings taken out, she started having very bad health problems. Like it says, she had bad gut health, and she just had all these health problems at a young age, and she was just really troubled. Like, why am I having these problems? And then she found out that these she'd had her metal fillings taken out the wrong way, and now she had mercury toxicity. And she just researched and discovered doTERRA, and that's just basically how she got into her healing journey.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing that. I like this chart a lot because it says, just how we are bombarded with so many chemicals. Just the average baby will be bombarded with about 287 chemicals at birth. So we really need to look at mercury, BPAs, solvents, paints, and then there's two overflows in one, of these body burdens. So this is like toxicity in our body. First is like malignancy or cancer. So how many of you have loved ones or know of anybody that's suffering with cancer right now? It seems like it's like a common cold, and we should just, instead of just going towards what the treatment, we should also really focus on prevention and what's the cause of it, and realizing that there are just so much toxins out there. Even your regular alcohol sanitizer, there's a lot of toxicity. Look at labels. We need to really read labels, and shampoos and your conditioners, lotion products, and especially here in Florida now, we're in summer season, just so much use of sunscreen, and with those have hormone destructive properties on the ingredients. So, and we're applying it to our young children. And with the doTERRA products, with essential oils, you can actually make your own, sunscreen, and make your own salve, make your own pretty much anything you need at home. And Isabel?
I was just also wanted to add, like, not only all of these unhealthy products that you put on your skin, but also, as I was doing school, like the last school year, I was reading a document about, like it says, an average baby, flame retardants. In California, they're trying to ban chemicals that put flame retardants on their sofas. Just your furniture has so many chemicals in it for flame retardants and other problems and when you put your children on it and your small babies, they just absorb it, and it's really bad for them.
Yeah, and we did actually have a Healthy Kids All Year Long webinar. You should check on it on our YouTube channel. Just print my first name, Elaine Dupuy, and my last name, and then you'll be able to find it there. Because also, like, what you clean, the chemicals you clean on the floor, that's where the baby crows, they spend time more on the floor, and the children play, and then you just mop it with so many chemicals. And it's no wonder that children have so many allergies right now. And also, one of the thing that I really remember, just stuck in my head when Dr. Hill came to Melbourne for his presentation last spring, is that now this is the time that children are dying earlier than their parents, and that is really, really just sad, because we need to learn. We have so many information available. You can just go to the internet and put down an ingredient in that, and you'll be able to research it. Even just the insert of the vaccine, read it, and you will see what are the side effects. All right, so the next one too is inflammatory conditions. So Now, a lot of people, again, we mentioned allergies, autoimmune disease. So people have fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, multiple sclerosis, diabetes. So these are, that when you are very, your body has a lot of toxicity. Now you have all these signs and symptoms. One of the major thing is that we need to lower our load of toxins. Now, when you lower that load of toxins, your health will dramatically improve. Now, two main toxins. The environment, you have your BPA, your mercury, lead, PBCs, arsenic, and fluoride. PCB. Oh, sorry. Isabel?
You also have your dietary toxins, like GMOs, sugar, pesticides, food dyes, hormones, and antibiotics.
Okay. And now fluoride alone can contribute to a 7-point drop in a childhood's IQ score. So really watch out for the tap water that you're taking. You might want to invest a little bit more on this, either spring water, and even our spring water that we get, we still have a filtration that we have at home. So that's a big drop. If your child will have a better IQ and be able to focus, and instead of being bombarded with all these toxins. And one of the things that just was posted on Facebook about those micro beads that are put on our toothpaste. That is just something. These are plastic, and Isabel did a research on that on her school about the microbeads, right? Materials that's put in everything, your toothpaste. Can you talk about it a little bit, Isabel?
Well, mine was mostly talking about these bead things in shampoos and conditioners and stuff. And when you just wash them off, they go down the drain. And when I was doing my research, it was about them just full in the Great Lakes area, and how fish just they stake them for eggs and they eat them, and they just fill up inside their stomach and they die. And just imagine if that can happen to fish, and what can happen to us. I remember you, Mom, you were talking about how, I can't remember if it was you or someone else, but talking about how once a dentist cleaned a child's teeth and it has a bunch of these beadlet things in them.
Yeah, I just posted that article actually on my Facebook page, and a hygienist just mentioned it. Yeah, I pulled them out from people's gums, and these are plastics. So
plastics are not good.
Yeah, very toxic for your body. All right. Now, so areas that we really need to really target is our proper nutrition. All right. And our food has changed. What does that mean?
We have departed from the ways of nature, and we don't eat as nature intended, so we're paying the price. Busyness, if we're so busy, we just eat a whole bunch of processed foods. We don't take the time to cook our own food, to buy good food from the store. And so all these processed foods, there's something foreign in them, and we just can't keep track of if they're good for us or not.
And then she highlighted about avoiding GMOs.
So GMOs it stands for genetically modified organisms, and they create a toxic environment inside your gut because, like for example, milk is the #1 allergy in the U.S., and soy and corn, they're full of GMOs, and that's why food allergies are on the rise. And like for corn, they put so many insecticides in it and just a bunch of pesticides and all these chemicals. And so GMOs have left mice sterile by the 3rd generation, highest rates of disease, and they're also banned in other countries. And we should consider why they're banned in other countries.
All right, and corn too is like just think about this. So they genetically modify the corn so that when the insects eat them, and the insect will die. Now it's going to be processed, and it's going to be in a food supply, and and it's gonna, if you might eat that GMO corn that's just going to be in your system, but it's accumulation. There's so many corn products, chips and things like that in the system. So really look at, supporting your local farmers and buying, even growing your own food supply. Or, we have gardens and even like just
local farmers.
Yeah. So, okay. So moving on is on the health, the heal our gut. So our actually digestive system is our second brain, and this is where our 80% of our immune system. So get tested for heavy metals, silver fillings, and there's like a lot of food sensitivities and inflammation. Now eliminate the elimination diet for food sensitivity tests that you can go through. Eat organic as much as possible, or even grow your own. Now, the following our 4 R's program. First is to remove the bad, and then you want to replace the bad with good. Now, and then how do you put beneficial bacteria? Because like our gut flora, you have good bacteria and bad bacteria, but you want to make sure that you promote a lot of the good bacteria. And when you do that, repair in the lining of the gut will continue. So she actually highlights probiotic PB Assist of doTERRA.
So some of the benefits of PB Assist Plus is that it supports the immune system, it improves your digestion, and aids in healing the leaky gut, and improves your skin health, and it also can kill candida and bad bacteria.
And for our home, we just do this as our regular part of our diet. Because we, although we don't eat perfectly too, so we just make sure that we have to maintain a good bacteria in our GI system. All right. Now the 3 top oils for detoxing.
So they are zendicrine, cilantro, lemon, and other citrus oils. And you want to take probably 3 drops each day for 10 days. Helps to detox. So zendicrine is one of the doTERRA's blends that supports healthy liver function. It's a detoxing blend, very good for that. And cilantro is a powerful cleanser and detoxifier. And lemon and other citrus oils help to cleanse the body, and they aid in digestion.
All right, thank you. Then, next. All right, the next speaker is
Dr. Brennick Riggs.
Yeah, he's actually very tall, so that's our regular height. So, excellent presentation by Dr. Riggs. And it's really bridging the gap, integrating just the medical practice. And one of the things, too, being right next to the back, sitting in the back, is that you can get to check what's going on Aroma Tools in the back right there. They have vendors and like products that are discounted, so it's kind of neat. All right, so Dr. Riggs is a primary care physician. And he actually gave us his testimony how they started using the doTERRA essential oils.
So how they got started, he shared this with us while he was, actually with everyone, because he was talking on the stage while he was sharing this. So him and his wife were just lying on the couch, and she put her head on his chest, and she was listening to his heart, and she was he said that his heart was doing funny things and he was going to die. So they went to the doctors, and what was his thing called?
Some arrhythmia on his heart, irregular heartbeat.
Yeah, so they started researching, and they found doTERRA, and it's kind of blurry, sorry about that, but it's actually ylang ylang they put, and it's really helpful for that.
All right, so that's the start of their doTERRA journey. And I'm going to have Isabel read this.
A people without knowledge of their past, history, origin, and culture is like a tree without roots.
Okay, we just want to, the reason that he quoted that is that we really need to look at history, our culture, and about, let's say about, 500 or 200 years ago. Now, how did our forefathers really, if they were ill, have health concern, how were they go about and able to get better? So they actually use a lot of herbs, a lot of plant materials, and he just wants to point this out that we should not forget our history. And the discovery of scientific method. All right.
So Galileo Galilei, one of the most famous scientists, discovered the scientific method. And I also learned about this in my science class last year. And there's 6 different parts to the scientific method. But very simply, you create an hypothesis, you experiment on that hypothesis, and you gather results, and you put out your conclusion. And Galileo also said that all truths are easy to understand once they are discovered. The point is to discover them.
All right, excellent. So there is a scientific method, right? Now, there's a problem, though. We often mistake science for truth, and this is not so. Science is the pursuit of truth. So, like, for example, we had, like, for the past 15 years with the menopausal women, they right away were put into the hormone replacement therapy. And now research says that there's a lot of side effects on that type of therapy, just the cancers that it's causing it, and just a lot of side effects. And we should ask why. Again, going back to the toxicity of just the ingredients of what is used. Now, it's the same thing as the statin drugs for cholesterol, and any number of drugs that have been recalled. So just research recalled drugs or pharmaceuticals, and you'll be amazed how much has been recalled because of just the side effects it's costing us and costing lives too. Okay, and I was very excited to see this chart because just the pharmaceuticals versus the plant-derived medicine, and many medications that physicians prescribe every day have their origins in plants. So if you, I'm sorry again, it's a little bit blurry, but he just pointed out that the one on the left comes from the purple plant, and the another medicine that starts with letter C, colturine, comes from another beautiful purple plant.
All these, it's really weird. All these medications come from very pretty plants.
Yeah. So,
but sadly, they have to mass produce them, so they're all synthesized.
So now you have more. He actually shared more of these slides. So just I don't know what's the name of that white one. There's a lot of that in Florida.
Very nice looking.
Yeah, very pretty looking. So one of the things that he asked also the reps, the drug reps that comes to his clinic is that, what was that again, Isabel? He was asking, how does this drug has been tested?
Oh, well, all of these drugs that you see are all the and everything else out there. They all have this specific testing that they go through, many different stages, and they're really long names. So sorry, I can't remember them all. But it's really interesting because all of the essential oils that doTERRA has go through the exact same testing. So it's like they're pharmacy graded, although they're certified pure therapeutic grade. It's tested the same as these drugs.
Yeah, so he just went through all and you can actually find it in doTERRA.com, and how doTERRA essential oils goes through this vigorous process of testing. All right, and next one is doTERRA's Richard Gere.
Mr. Eric Larson.
Yeah, so Isabel's nickname actually is Chabella, so that's why I put it there. All right, so Isabel, Chabella are the same person.
Hello.
All right. Now, what kind of, his talk was on...
It was about, why does he choose doTERRA? What does he use it for, in his personal life, and just why he likes it. And but one of my most favorite things that he talked about, he taught us how to hold a fungus party. So
A what party?
fungus party.
Fungus party.
Yeah.
All right.
So what you do? Actually, his son is on a swim team, and his son included, and everyone else in the swim team have fungus on their feet. The same exact problem, all of them. So he invited them all over to his house, Mr. Larson, and after having a nice time, snacks and stuff, he's like, okay, all you guys put your feet up, and they all put their feet up, and he put essential oil on their feet, melaleuca, and he sent them home with melaleuca, and that's really nice of him because it's how just sharing how he holds fungus party.
Oh, see, that's just
think outside the box. It's really it can be really fun.
Yeah, and then sharing of just doTERRA product is just so much fun because not only just giving them just the tools to get to improve their health, improve health wellness. It's just something that very effective for the body, and it's just so easy to share. So again, we thank you for that, Eric Larson. Okay, so this is his presentation. It's just a benefit of direct selling. So because doTERRA again is a direct selling company. When you do that, you're focused on people. And I like this so much. I met so many people and able to just be part of their lives and how to help them go through things with their needs. And so you can focus on what people need. And also anyone can succeed. So it's just the matter of how you put into it, and it's just so natural to share it. And it's also varying of participation. You don't have to dive into the business if you study it out. And this is what happened to me, is that I intend to just using it for my family, and after really seeing results, and after 3 months, I really look into the business of it. So again, whatever you want to do about this, and it's up to you. So you kind of direct your path. And some people are very aggressive; they want to do it as a business up front, and again, it's all up to you. Then also lower level of financial investment. So my investment, initial kit I got is the family physician kit, and it actually lasted a long time, and seeing the results. So what had helped my family, and I continue on. Now, one of the things too is that our doTERRA team, the corporate team, has the knowledge. All right, and then these are our corporate people.
And doTERRA's owners have 150 years of combined experience in direct sales in the most critical areas of the business.
So looking at direct international development, so we're into 40 plus countries that we have distributors. Actually, one of the owners, Greg Cook, is moving to China, so just to develop that country. And we have executive management for billions of dollar companies, and just to very happy to know too that doTERRA is debt free. And then we do have a legal and regulatory group, marketing, financial, sales, IT, just name it. And you'll see it. You'll see it on a lot of the social media. It's just a lot of application and just a lot of knowledge, and just the education for that's provided for us is just top of the line. All right. And
doTERRA CPTG essential oils are the most consumable products available, and they have a lot of uses, including aromatic, therapeutic, and topical benefits. You can use them for cleaning, baking, on your pets, on your children, and so many other things.
Yeah, so I have actually friends that they don't want to try the oils for themselves, but they are open to try it for their pets. So I have made flea collars for their pets, or roll-on, and also lots of recipes available for just making your own sunscreen, You go to Pinterest, like my website, therapyoils.com. We have a Pinterest account there that you can get, do-it-yourself projects, actually. So, get your family involved, and just, things to give away. Just a gift, a wonderful gift. For example, like this the past graduation season. So we've been giving away diffusers and essential oils. So these are just wonderful, wonderful gifts to your loved ones. And retention rate. So there's actually a formula of retention rate.
So the retention rate is the number of distributors who have placed an order in the last 12 months divided by the total of number of distributors who have ever signed up. And for the most part, it's just 15%.
The industry standards. So, the retention rate for any of these big known, products or companies is about 15%. Since doTERRA has consumable products, we are so honored to know that our retention rate is actually 74%. That is really, really exciting. So, okay, now, one of the things that we are very impressed is just the culture of doTERRA is very unique. And it's how it's committed to its customer.
85% of our consultants join primarily to get high-quality essential oils at a discount, and only 15% of our consultants join primarily to start for a for-profit business enterprise.
That's correct. So we have 85%. It's a big number for people that's just users of the doTERRA products. Now, why does doTERRA work so well? Well, it's the product. So we support massive customer appeal, and it's a different walk of life, even again with pets and even cleaners at home. So we do have a big consumer appeal, and again, this is an older slide. This is 60%. Now it's up to 74% of our retention rate. There's no hype-based plan, and our compensation plan is secondary to the product. So, you're not going to hear doTERRA a lot with, okay, you'll get a big shiny car when your business booms, or this is what kind of, those things that a lot of these multi-level marketing
quote-unquote
rewards. So what doTERRA is actually like educating people to get out of that, make sure you're a good steward on what you have. So we have to be responsible.
Like, we just share with people because we want to share with them. We just want to, we love to see people healthy.
Exactly. So also provides rewards that can be reinvested into our business. People, this is really, I'm excited about the loyalty reward program and the product of the month. And it just builds, it's kind of like your frequent flyer miles. So the more if you're into the loyalty reward, again, it's optional, but if you're participant for that, so how much you order that month goes towards a free product. You earn doTERRA money to just, and if you order anything before 125 before the 15th of the month under the loyalty reward program, the product of the month is free. So, and you can use those product of the month for incentive, and you can actually share it or give it as a gift. Now, our culture defines us.
So here we have a quote from David Sterling that says that we have to maintain the soul of a small company.
So David Sterling is the CEO of doTERRA. And
Dr. David said that at its heart, doTERRA is an agricultural company.
Exactly. So we are, again, doTERRA's is a Latin name for
gift of the earth.
Yeah. So it's all our products are based on plants, and so we are an agricultural company. All right. Our next presenter that we want to highlight is Nurse Tanya McBride. And if you have not seen a video of Vanderbilt Hospital, and she actually was the one that headed the wellness wellness. I always get the word that they want to promote wellness for their nurses and staff at Vanderbilt, especially in the ER. And so they did a study on just diffusing the oils in the ER. So you should check it out on YouTube. Just type Vanderbilt Hospital doTERRA, and you'll find that I think a news report on that. So very exciting.
They also have like a chart in it that shows how many of just the nurses alone, when they're diffusing, like how many before they started diffusing, like how many of you are stressed, and after they diffuse, you ask the same amount of nurses, how many of you are stressed now, and there's so many less people that are less stressed and just more happy in their environment, in this high stress environment. So it's really, really amazing how these oils can work just aromatically.
Yeah, just that's aromatic use. And not only that, the patients that came to the ER was just, it reminds them of creamsicles, and it just smells so good instead of giving, again, more chemical cleaners and things like that. So very exciting times, and if you have not followed or got the new news about Johns Hopkins Hospital, soon's going to be releasing their private, studies on the antimicrobial of one of the oils, specifically it's doTERRA. I don't know if it's one, but it's antimicrobial properties of doTERRA essential oil. So when it's available, we will definitely post it on our website, www.therapyoils.com. All right, so I jump into the first slide. The next slide, actually, Tanya's presentation was in mood and emotions. Okay, so just a quick review on mood and emotions, and just how essential oils affect that. Now, when you smell a pleasant smell or anything, if you smell something, that it goes to your nasal cavity, and you do have odor receptors in there, and it goes directly to the olfactory bulb and to your limbic system. So you can see it's an open, flow, and there's no doors that will shut those scents. So you actually get a very quick reaction. Now, in the limbic system, also known as the seat of emotion. So you have probably experienced like smelling just an awful smell, and it just makes your face frown, and sometimes it might give you bad memories. So again, it's just a really, really it taps into your emotions. And not only that, when this scent goes to your it brings down to smaller molecules from the olfactory nerve. It carries impulses to your hypothalamus, which is part of your brain, and this part of the brain will it will produce hormones depending on, and they release it on depending on what was the stimuli. So either you have a sedative effect. If you have the serotonin, it produces that hormone, or invigorating effect, noradrenaline. So these are the things that, like essential oils. So I will show you this slide, which I'm very, very excited about. And on your left-hand side, these are your sedative effects. So it produces serotonin in your system.
So they have sweet marjoram, lavender, and Roman and German chamomile. And then the invigorating, the noradrenaline, is the rosemary, lemon, basil, and peppermint.
Yeah, so depending on what effects you want to have, you check those oils and diffuse them. And if you're in the market of a diffuser, just to make sure you get the ultrasonic diffuser, because it brings down, you don't want to boil the oil, you're going to lose the therapeutic properties of it. And again, on our website, you just contact us if you have any question of what type of diffuser to use. Because again, some diffuser will cover bigger areas, some will smaller areas. Some you can do it portable, and we actually use one in our travel as a car diffuser. So, all right, survey. Okay, Tanya loves surveys.
She's really good at it.
So this is one of the questions that was presented.
So she asked people to rank their most preferred EO category or essential oil category for mood management. So number 1, citrus. So these people like citrus the most, and as you see, number 8, they asked spicy the least. But for citrus oils like bergamot, grapefruit, lemon, lime, orange, and tangerine. Number 2 is woody oils. They like cedarwood, cypress, juniper berry, and sandalwood. And third in the rank is floral, like geranium, absolute jasmine, lavender, rose, and ylang ylang. And herbaceous oils got the 4th rank, such as basil, Roman chamomile, clary sage, marjoram, melissa, and rosemary. And number 5 is resinous oils, such as frankincense and myrrh. And camphoraceous oils came in 6th place, like eucalyptus, peppermint, and melaleuca. And number 7 is earthy oils, such as patchouli and vetiver. And in last place, number 8 is spice oils, such as black pepper, cardamom, cinnamon, coriander, and ginger.
All right. So thank you. So these are the categories of essential oils for mood management. And she also did an individual single oils. Okay, what is your all-time favorite go-to single oil for mood management? So, and she actually did like a Letterman type of, she started number 5. Okay, so number 5 oil in this category, counting down. So we do a countdown. Is patchouli.
So patchouli, like, what is patchouli? We hardly ever think about patchouli when we think of mood management, but it's really helpful because its aromatic use is known to uplift your mood and release tension. It can bring hope after disappointment and has a grounding, balancing effect on emotions. It is also called the oil of physicality, being fully present.
All right. Okay, what do you think number 4 is? We will find out. Lavender.
So lavender is also often called the Swiss Army knife of essential oils, and it's really good for mood and emotional support. It can bring feelings of peace and calm, and it supports a release of tension or feelings of stress. And the research shows that lavender positively affects mood, and its nickname is the oil of communication or verbal expression.
Right, so you're probably very familiar with lavender. Again, the difference between the doTERRA essential oils is that where the oils are sourced, or the plants are sources, so they are harvested there. So, meaning that the lavender in France has a different constituents than the lavender in California. So just something to think about why doTERRA is number 1 essential oil in the world, because it is where the plant is sourced at.
Especially where they're native to.
Bergamot. Okay.
So number 3, bergamot. It has a uplifting, beautiful citrus oil. And maybe some people don't like bergamot, but still, it's really good to manage stress. And research shows that it can promote a feeling of relaxation. It can help manage mood swings. And it's also called the oil of self-acceptance. It relieves feeling of despair, self-judgment, low self-esteem.
And then bergamot is actually being harvested from Italy. So we get an Italian bergamot. Next one.
Frankincense. So it helps support in managing feelings of despair and sadness. It is known to help promote a positive attitude. And a lot of people in doTERRA know this saying, when in doubt, use frankincense, because it is the king of the oils. And it's really helpful. And as it says there, it holds true. And the nickname of frankincense is the oil of truth, because it helps you to see positive truths and helps you let go of negativity.
All right, number 1. What do you think, Isabel?
I bet a lot of people are screaming this out right now. But
all right.
It's really good oil.
It's really good oil. Number 1, drum roll. Ta-da! Wild orange is very popular for mood management. This is actually my favorite. I always keep it in my pocket, in my small, what do you call it?
doTERRA pouches.
Pouches in my pocket to go, and what do you call that, in small sample bottles. So I really like this oil a lot.
They're everywhere in the house. So, like she said, they're very popular for mood management. They're uplifting, and they bring feelings of peace and happiness. They're invigorating to the mind and body, and it helps support a positive mental attitude. and addresses a wide variety of emotions. And the nickname of wild orange is the oil of abundance because it inspires abundance.
Okay, and then our wild orange is actually sourced in doTERRA wild orange, sourced in Dominican Republic. All right, excellent. So the next presenter we have is?
Let's see, Dr. Greg Woodfell, who is also a OBGYN.
And what just an encouraging presentation because of how very proactive he is, how he used essential oils in his practice and his clientele. So, and celebrating obviously like the women's wellness, and he actually have a lot of slides, but there's a lot of information. So we just pick and choose the slides that we actually took a little bit more clear picture. But he had a lot of, if he does a presentation in your local area, please attend to that. So one of the oils. Oh, go ahead, Isabel. Oh, he wants to go back. She wants to go back.
This picture was taken after the conference was over, and it was really nice because your mom is used to be an OBGYN.
My Isabel's grandma.
Yeah, your mom. So she was talking to him about her experience, just sharing their testimonies. It was just really nice to talk to him.
All right, so it's kind of neat because they just the speakers just hang around, and after the convention, and we were not in a rush. We don't have we just have time, and we just took pictures and introduced ourselves and just
had a nice conversation.
Exactly, yeah. So it was a really excellent time we have. All right, jump into the nausea and motion sickness, and you don't have to be pregnant to use this. Morning sickness and motion sickness too. So okay. What are the oils that he recommends?
Wild orange, lavender, peppermint, and ginger. And you can apply them topically to your upper anterior abdomen.
All right, next one. Ooh, what was that? Heartburn. Okay, what are the oils?
He recommends sandalwood, Roman chamomile, peppermint, and ginger and wild orange. Also, you can apply those topically to anterior upper abdomen, or you can ingest them if you want to.
All right, next one. All right, let me see. What? Oh, okay, we jump into the water retention right away. So, hold on. Ooh. Okay, you guys see this twice. All right, varicose veins.
Cypress, sandalwood, wild orange, helichrysum, and peppermint. You can apply it topically.
Next one.
Water retention,
edema.
Geranium, lavender, lemon, ginger, cypress, and your Touch blend. And topically apply them to lower extremities.
Excellent. All right. Last speaker that we want to highlight is Mr. Rich Higbee. He actually talked about servant leadership. Okay? And we were mentioning earlier that we have to get out of the box, out of our comfort zone, as we want to share this essential oil effectively. Okay? And he gives us pointing out how to look at, think about outside the box, and just don't limit your strength and your abilities. So one of the things we really like about going to this summit is we are able to visit places in the area.
We don't just go for a summit. We spend time there, get to see places. It's just really interesting stuff around there.
Yeah, especially this one. Where do you see this,
Exact replica of the Parthenon.
In Tennessee. Nashville. That's crazy.
They built that for the exposition there because it's also called the Athens of the South. All the universities there and all the learning. So it's just really interesting to see all these neat places.
Yeah, and then we just want you to, encourage you. Just don't limit yourself in that box. Go out there and just be yourself, and just share from your intention and your heart, and be positive about it, and especially like your experiences about the oils and how God is just a wonderful provider because it's coming from Him. So we just want to share this too. And aside from just going outside, thinking outside the box, and don't limit yourself. Your strength. You can move things. Trying to move this to have a better spot, I guess.
It's really cocked. It is heavy.
It's heavy. So it's a lot of work, but it's a fun work. It's just been a joy for me to be really part of just, a lifestyle of doTERRA. I mean, doTERRA is not just an essential oil company. It's truly a lifestyle, and we are just teaching other people how to live healthier and, just be a good steward of their resources too. Okay. Next one. All right. How about building relationships? It is so amazing that the people that we have met, we've just been doing doTERRA, building this since, I started August of 2013, and then building it in December 2013. And just the amount of people, all over the world that we're able to build relationships. And not just, again, we mentioned not just locally, but people from other countries.
Complete strangers.
Yes. And it's a relationship company. So very, very exciting. This people that we met, actually this is Lucy. She's in the Georgia area, and just start following her on Facebook. Just so passionate on how she actually started, her team started doing hand massages to a local memory care unit. And now my team is also involved with that here in Florida, in the Vieira area. So, and another assisted living also had opened for an opportunity for me to do a series of education to their residents. So I just want to say thank you to Lucy. It's just an inspiration. So I started following her on Facebook, and we did actually Facebook messages where we're sitting at because we want to meet each other. So finally, at the end of the conference, I was just, I will probably not meet Lucy, but
they couldn't find her. She was right there.
That's right. And then, okay, Isabel will talk about this couple and the beautiful family. And you see a lot of families in the summit. And although, we have a limited age, like 14 and up, so that's why Chabela was able to come with me on the summit. Plus, she's with babies, and they actually encourage the babies with their parents to come. And we just meet this wonderful couple up from Maine.
Yeah, so, they're from Maine. And we just met them because we were sitting in the back. We sat in the back because this was during 2 days, this 1.5 day conference. So we sat in the back, same place both times. And this family sat right in front of us both times. And we just noticed them the very first time we were there because this baby is so adorable. Her name is Arabelle, and they were just sitting there, and at the end, near the end, we were just introduced ourselves, and it was just a really nice family, and just really nice to meet them.
And then you see a lot of those who are, a lot of successful doTERRA wellness advocates too. It's just a lot of husband and wife team too, and it's just a wonderful home business to be involved with because. Right now, this is an example. I am able to do a webinar with my daughter. How exciting is that?
Very exciting.
All right. Okay. Now, this is actually a fun picture
of us in our hotel.
Yeah, this is in a hotel, and the day before the summit, these two ladies came with their luggages and have my doTERRA shirt, and they just welcoming with me with open arms, we are doTERRA people too. And then they're actually from New Hampshire, and guess what? Chabela was born in New Hampshire, and so I kind of just share with them that I would love to go back to New Hampshire to do some classes and just introduce my friends and family in New England on essential oils, and they were just so happy that, and then just, if you need a place in New Hampshire, please contact us. You have a place there to stay. So we are just so thankful. This is, again, the culture of doTERRA. Very helpful people.
Just generous, friendly, hospitable people.
Exactly. So from total strangers.
I know.
All right. Yeah. So, all right. And then probably, Lord willing, if another summit that we will probably see Arabella, going to be a little bit bigger girl next time, right? You're going to grow up.
She's so cute.
I know. Okay. Next one is a lot of, I call them doTERRA celebrities. So how did you recognize Dr. Zia Nix, Isabel?
Well, I kind of take my mom's leadership magazines, and I just
What
read
magazines?
her leadership magazines, like their
The doTERRA.
the doTERRA stuff. I just take and sneak off of them and read them quickly and put them back. And mostly skim through the pages and read a little bit about them. And I read about Dr. Zia Nix in one of them. And she was actually in the conference in the doctor's panel. I think it was a doctor's panel.
No,
it was more like a diamond panel. So they're on the stage, and I was looking like, yeah, that looks like Dr. Zia Nix, and this looks like this person, that looks like that person. So when, at the end, you could probably tell by the wallpaper, she was sitting in the back with us as well. So after it was all over, they're like, hey, I recognize you from the magazine. Can we take a picture of you? So it's like, yeah, okay. And then we were like talking with her and stuff. So that's how we met her.
Yeah, and actually she gave us her card, the calling card. So Chavella has it in her wall in the bedroom, in her bedroom. So really neat time, and it's just, you know, people on the leadership magazine, they are real people, and you know, just very passionate,
friendly people,
very avid, and you're just so passionate to sharing this this wealth of you know, just the wellness to everybody, and just how essential is very effective. All right, again. This is also what Richard Higbee also highlighted, the power of touch. Our team are very, very passionate Therapy Oils team. Again, we've been to the hospitals giving hand massages to the nurses, and we don't limit the age of the participant, who's actually Mr. Ray here on the right side. He's the one giving hand massage to the nurse here on your left. So, you know, you can't limit your age. It's just, he's just so passionate to just sharing the oils, even, you know, he's in his retirement age. I just love this picture because it says a lot about our team. And I really enjoyed being part of such a compassionate team members. So, and if you're looking for, if you don't, trying to learn how doTERRA works, and so please don't hesitate to contact us at therapyoils.com. And we also have fun. This is another nurse week event in a assisted living. Now we just chuckle and just have fun.
Have fun conversations.
Yeah.
While you're doing the massages, get to know them, make friends, and talk about the oil.
Exactly. And you know, we have gone to different places that I would, you know, this is actually places, the Brookshire, I worked here about 15 years ago. So it's just nice to come back and visit, and obviously this time is all about volunteering to help with the nurses to be less stressed. So from hospitals to memory care units to assisted living, and you know, if opportunity comes on board, we are there to help. Okay, and listen and learn. So different people you approach has different needs. So listen to what their needs, and sometimes, you know, I just listen to what they are struggling, and then so if I don't have the answer, I learn. You know, I try to really hard to get the information for them, and it's just how we build relationship. So that's number 3: listen and learn. As you listen and learn, this has got to be one of the memorable doTERRA events I've ever done. This
most memorable.
Most memorable so far. Yes. So because this is actually in a memory care unit. So this is our residents that live in this memory care unit permanently, and just introducing the scents of the oil, and just to see their face, how they enjoy the aroma of different oils. And so one of the things too, you know, these are residents that has been well traveled and have a lot of experiences. And what I was pointing out with the doTERRA on this presentation was where the oils are our source. So I highlighted lavender, and the gentleman on the wheelchair on my right side actually raised his hand, and he said, I've been to France, and lavender there grows like weeds. And said, exactly, that's where doTERRA lavender is sourced at. And he just held the lavender and smelled it, and he just, just see the smile on his face. So, you don't want to limit yourself to your audience, who they are, and you can always make a difference. So, and then after this, during my presentation, they actually had hand massages done. All right, so I'm looking forward for more experiences like this, as the Lord wills. Okay, and the next one is teach and communicate. So as you learn, and that's what we're doing this webinar, we are teaching, and we want to communicate to our audience. So it's a continuous cycle. So when you meet, you have your relationship, teach and communicate. So this is how, just how you are tapped into different people's lives and different walk of lives and just different experiences. So it's really not boring doing doTERRA.
No.
No, yeah.
Hardly ever.
Now, this is actually the group that came from Florida, although not all of the people was able to take the picture because it was about 8:30 in the morning, so we rushed there to be in the front stage. And
also, not everyone from Florida is there. So this is only a small amount of people that actually do doTERRA in Florida.
Yeah. So, so we were just hoping, Lord willing, next summit we will double this size, right?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Okay. And then he also points out, Mr. Higby, about it's not just certified pure therapeutic grade products that we have. We want to be a certified pure doTERRA leaders. So as you grow your business, you're going to be able to influence other people, and what you do, and be supportive. So it's just a really excellent journey. Now, one of the things that we want to point out, coming in August of 6th to 8th, 2015, is this doTERRA Breakthrough Boot Camp. It's going to be Essential Oil Revolution here in Orlando. So come on down. So if you have any questions, just give us a, email us, or we have our contact information on our website. Very, very thankful. And one of the things that I would like to, again, present to you is that this, aside from just being in the summit to get educated, you have fun visiting places. This is actually taken at the...
this is at the Tennessee in Nashville, the state capital. And this is like, as it says, the representative hall for... it's just really funny how she puts it, a doTERRA representative. So it's just a really nice place to visit. If you ever go there, it's just really worth it.
All right. So again, I'm really honored to be part of doTERRA and being a wellness advocate, and will continue to reach out to those who needed and open to natural ways for their body to be well, and just excited that I will be able to have my family with me and the support that I have. And again, thank you so much for joining us tonight. If you have any questions, you can reach us at www.therapureoils.com, and there is a section there on Contact Us, and you just click on that and just plug in your email, and we'll be able to contact you from there. And I have my cell phone there too, so don't hesitate to call or text. We have on our section, the website under class schedule, we have both webinar and live class here in Viera, Florida. Also, what else? Just, if you have any questions.
We have like a bunch of, I also have like this doctor's panel on it. We have ways how you can use essential oils, ways how you can get them, and it's just really helpful.
All right. Well, thank you again for joining us, and we appreciate your time. And just look into the YouTube channel, just Elaine Dupuy. Just put my name, and you will have access to the webinars that are we recorded. Okay, thank you, and good night.
Good night.